Welcome back to the channel. This is round 2 from Serengeti on the Bushveld Tour. So the first day was on the championship course. This round is on the par 3 course, then there was a cut, and the last day, should I make the cut, will be tomorrow. So this is a really interesting par 3 course. Definitely the toughest par 3 course I've ever played. Some of the holes are ranging up to 280 meters, which I'm playing as yards because of the altitude level. And without further ado, I'm just going to get straight into the commentary. So started off with a birdie. Moved on to the second hole, it was 145 down off of the right. My caddy Isaac was telling me to hit a gap wedge. I hit wedge because that pin was tucked, and it led me in this position, which was pretty much dead. Just try to bump on up the hill here, catch the right side of the bank, caught the left side of it, and it's rolled down to about 35 foot with a tough putt. Some of the slopes on these greens are outrageous. They actually play, they played a Sunshine Tour event, and they did it in a similar way. They put one of the rounds on the par 3 course, and all the pros always struggle, I think more usually on this course, just because of the way it's set up. Anyway, that putt for par probably should have dropped. Not looking too happy about that. Next hole is an absolute beast. This is 235 uphill, and actually the 4-iron head come off the shaft, so I've only got 5-iron, but hit this probably as well as I could hit it up onto the front of the green. Left myself a long putt up the hill, and just as this rolls up, if you want to watch more of this content, like, I'm out in South Africa for the whole winter. It's their summer. There's so many events I'm going to be playing, and if you want to see how they all go, just hit the notification bell, because there's only like 4% of you that actually hit that bell. So that just keeps you up to date for these uploads. Hit a nice shot in here from around 155, I think this was, with a wedge. Knocked it pretty close, putt for birdie. Isaac pretty happy with that. Moved on to a short little par 3. This is, I don't know why I'm saying par 3. It's 120 downhill, downwind. This is a sand wedge, which ripped quite a bit and left me a putt for birdie, which was slotted. You're going to see Isaac's reaction. This is quite funny. Money, money, money. What a ledge. Next hole, 170. No, this is 180 playing about 175. So this is an 8-iron. Another decent shot. I'm actually swinging it nicely at this point. Onto the front of the green with an uphill putt for birdie, which will put a good stroke on. Just missed on the right side and left myself a tap in. Probably one of the worst slip outs I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, but anyway, still under par at this point. Had a pretty hot start. 3 birdies in the first 5 holes, I think that was. So to get to 2 under, just back to 1 under there, and then had a few issues with like alignment, which I'm looking back on, which are quite clear. Just aiming right, just allowing for that draw, which I'm not hitting as, it's not as big a draw as it was when I was back at home, so just got to get used to that. Again, alignment here is way out. It's 165 downhill, wind off the right, sitting 9-iron, just pushed it out there, literally where I was aiming. Something that I'm working on, which we're going to go into in the vlog series as we move on to next week. I'm actually excited to bring you the vlog series next week, because it's not just going to be just tournament rounds. We're actually going to go into showing the proper overused cliche journey, but like, I really want to go deep into that stuff. I don't think there's really anyone doing it on YouTube, so I think it'd be interesting to show that. So leave a comment, let me know what you think about that as well. There's loads of pros out here sort of trying to make it such a good place to try and push on, because it gives you the chance to play at a fairly low cost, play really good golf courses and get a lot of competition experience, and then move on to the Sunshine and then move up from there. So I want to show like sort of everyone's journey as well as mine. But yeah, this is one of the toughest par 3s. This is 200 yards of a lake, long and left, and made par there, which was nice. Then moved on to this little 135er little gap wedge, pretty decent shot, little rip. And then I had a putt for a birdie. And I'm not gonna lie, I was actually thrown off a bit distracted, and I let that get to me a bit, and then didn't really get back into the zone and hit a good putt, left that way short, and then this is just disgusting, really. Yeah, it's not how you want to make bogey. Looking happy. This was 175, wind into off the left, so this is an 8-iron again. Some alignment issues just causing me to be a bit stuck and miss it outright, but not the worst miss on that hole. And this is like an area that I'm trying to get out of. So I was put off a bit on the last hole and then let that affect me, and then let the 3-putt then affect this hole, rather than just sort of letting it slide and getting back into, you know, the zone or whatever you want to call it. So I made, yeah, 3-putt bogey, 2 in a row, and it's just a bit frustrating. This was 145 wedge to a small target. I thought this was really good. Just flown it miles, left myself in a pretty much a dead spot, because all you can really do here is flick it over the grainy kukui. I don't even know if it's kukui at this, or kikuyu at this place, but it's very grabby, so if you like play into the fringe, it doesn't release, so you've got to pretty much fly it onto the green or just try and hope that you're going to get a decent kick through the fringe. That's just a shite putt. Made a change to my putting stroke, which I'm going to talk about in the next videos. This is like one of the tightest targets I've ever seen from 150, because the pin was on the front left bit in between water and bunker, literally like 10 paces of green. Missed it slightly right, had a bunker shot with not much sand, but still give myself a little look. This is actually an all right putt, which just missed. And then once this goes in, we're moving on to a tricky little par 3, almost sort of like Augusta aiming cornery type green, where there's water short and bunker long. It was only about 100, but it's a very small target in between, and the greens are pretty soft, so if you get them spinning, you can get that back into the water. So I just bailed out to the right, gave myself a look for birdie, gave it a really good stroke. Look at that. 3 foot short. Knocked that one in. And then another strong par 3. This was around 190 uphill. Slightly helping off of the left, I think this was 7-iron. Decent approach. Gave myself a look for birdie. Ouch. Feeling it at that point. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I really want to like show everything about the, not just every shot for shot, but show the stuff that goes into it, like the practice and getting ready for rounds and speaking to other pros and showing the full-on process, because I'm going at this, and it's just what I was trying to do back in England. Obviously the Jamaica Tour was, well, they had to fold this year temporarily, so I couldn't really play too much tournament golf, but now I'm out here, this is what this is all about, so I want to show the true story behind it. Up and down for par. Just pretty annoyed that this round is sort of like falling away after being too deep early. This is like as good as I could hit a 9-iron, 165 uphill. It's landed on the green and just taken a humongous jump into the bunker, which had no sound, which you're gonna hear. Pop. You'll probably hear me complaining about it. But anyway, left it on the green, left myself a putt for par. Which didn't even look close. And then once this pops in, 18 is another really nice par 3. This is a sand wedge from 135 down the wind, just sort of like pushed it a bit, come out of it, left myself a bunker shot, but pretty good at the bunkers this week. But I just want to say, it's such a cool place like this, Serengeti. You got a sick championship golf course, and this par 3 course is like nothing I've ever seen before. Such a good little golf course. Made the putt for par. On to round 2. Round 3 coming tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Leave comments and leave it a like. Cheers.